So you were talking about when people get mad and they don't understand why they lost and stuff like that. Like, how do you have to deal? I'm sure you have to deal with that a lot because you judge everywhere in the world.
I deal with it, but the good thing is I always have my notes. You know, sometimes if it's two beginners battling, you just sit back and you enjoy the battle. You don't have to get so technical with notes and stuff like that. You know, you see which crews are battling, and if everybody's just paying dues, sit back and enjoy, because just by how somebody moves, you can tell who's the better dancer in the breaking world. You know what I mean? You can tell. So you just use the round for round and you just count it. You know, you don't got to get too technical because it's not too much to remember. Because everybody's sporadically moving. You know.
Exactly.
But when it gets complicated, like big battles, you gotta have your notes. You gotta have. And the good thing is, I remember battles from 10 years ago. You know, 6 years ago, and it's funny because people walk up to me and say, "Oh, you remember this battle?" and da-da-da. Remember? And I go, "Yeah, your third round, you messed up, your foot got caught." And they're like, "You remember that? You saw that?" Well, I'll be like, "Yeah, you tried a thread and your heel hit your hand and you had to readjust and then re-thread again." You know? And they're like, "Damn, you saw that?" And I said, "Yeah, as a judge, you have to be trained. Your eye has to be trained to technically see everything." See everything. So sometimes they don't want to hear that, or they're not ready for it. But you know, the beautiful thing is, everybody that you have told like notes to and talked to and you know, said things to, a year later or 2 years later, they're incorporating what you said. So even though they got mad at you at that time, they still listen and they're incorporating more of the stuff. You know what I mean? And it's getting better. You know what I mean? But it does kill my fire. Because sometimes your own friends get mad at you. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and some people say, "Oh, you're harder on your friends because you've seen them hit it better at a practice or something." I'm like, "Nah, man, I only judge you on what you're doing that moment, that day." You know, if you stuck your freeze 10 seconds the first time, and another day, and then this time you only stuck it 3 seconds, you still hit it. It doesn't matter as long as you hit it. You know what I mean? But if I know you fucked up, you know, like if you stumbled out of it or something, or you try to hit the move that you didn't hit, I'm gonna see it. You know what I mean? Friend or not. You know, you could be my mother out there. If you didn't hit your stuff, you know, I'm sorry, you know, I'm gonna give you a little point.
So do you think the team that does their, you know, dances the cleanest and hits their freezes the cleanest, it's a better crew?
Well, if they're both hitting it, let's say if both teams are like that, then you get really technical. Are freeze directions towards the other crew? Are they freezing towards the other crew? Are their burns making sense? Are their hand gestures and style of hands? Is it freeze framing? Are they having good hand placements, having good energy, good chemistry with their own crew? Are they respecting the other crew or getting in the way and not letting them dance? There's so much to look at. Like, you know, when it's two professional crews, you know, there's no reason that they should act like amateurs. You know, they know what they're doing. So then that's when you hit them in the head with everything. You know, everything. You judge on everything. Repeats, everything. If they repeated what they did from the day before on the prelims, and some people say, "Yeah, but that was yesterday just to qualify." It's like, you did it at the jam. That means if you're running it now, that means you're out of moves. You know, and you're not gonna get by if you're running. That's like me doing the same move every single battle, and I make it to the finals and win. You know, I didn't really win, and I didn't prove anything. You know, it didn't like make me better. You know what I'm saying, by winning. I've seen people win jams that I know they're not better b-boys than the person that they beat. You know, but they actually won them in that 3-round, 5-minute battle. You know. But if that guy that lost takes him to the cipher, says, "Come on, it's gonna be a whole different ball game." You know what I mean? I've seen that also. I'm like, "Yo, this guy's the better dancer, but he lost the actual competition." There was a time when like b-boys, like, you know, the difference between the breakers and the b-boys, like, you know, it's like, to me it's all the same but a little different. Some people think just going in the circle and doing a 6-step or doing footwork and then ending in a chair freeze is going to qualify if the other kid doesn't, you know, have it, you know, could balance out.
Yeah.
Could balance out. Let's say you have the illest style and I prefer your style. I say, yo, that guy's a B-boy. That guy knows how to dance. That guy is listening. But you have no arsenal. Let's say it's like having a gun. Excuse me for this example.
Yeah.
A 45, chrome, beautiful. It's a real beautiful gun. But then what kind of bullets are you going to shoot with it? It's going to be hollow shells, rubber, or salt. You know, which one's going to do the more damage? So basically, wait for me. You guys, I got to leave with y'all. Oh, yeah? Oh, to Godoyski's house?
I got you.
Oh, thank you, man. Peace. But it's like that. Like, they got the whole uniform.
Yeah.
And they understand the essence because they feel it. But they haven't practiced enough to get more moves down and more tricks of what breaking's all about. They separate it. They separate, like, in breaking you don't separate anything. Everything that breaking has to offer, use it. It only makes you better. It's like Shaolin. They practice everything.
Yeah.
Flips to climbing to front rolling, back rolling. You know what I mean? Same thing with breaking. It's like.
You think b-boy, in order for a b-boy to be a great b-boy, they need to practice everything about b-boying, like power?
To be a great b-boy? No, they could just have an understanding to be a great b-boy. But if they enter competitions, you know what I mean? And they're going against kids that only practice trick after trick after trick, and they imitate the b-boy style, but they don't have it yet. But it can even out against the competition. It's like the b-boys that really have the essence naturally. Let's say they throw down, they might get their first round, but then the second round comes, the kid that has the mediocre tops but has it and the mediocre style, but has it, and but's throwing out hella combinations and hella freezes and everything's going both ways and complicated stuff. Then the b-boy has the essence but mediocre moves. So it kind of balances out.
Yeah.
So when it gets to the second round, you're like, oh shit, the b-boy's starting to slack off a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's not the case with all. Like Luigi, Venom, like the guys that I mentioned. There's a lot of cats out there that are combining it all and like playing with things both ways and freeze framing and hitting music and you know what I mean? And like these cats are like looking at a Kenny. They're not on a Kenny level. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're dynamic. They're incredible to watch. They're like icy ice. You know what I mean? Like spinning in and out of moves fast with this attack and this flavor and this energy about them. You know what I mean? So it's like it can even out. You know what I mean? So the b-boys, I always tell the b-boys like, yo, practice hard. I always tell the breakers, I always say, yo, practice hard. Learn the essence. You got the moves already. And I always tell the b-boys, yo, a lot of people criticize the tricksters. I go, but once they capture that essence, and once that switch turns on,
it's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
They're gonna be on.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't keep up with them. You know what I mean? So it's like, I tell people, learn it all. Don't limit your own self. Don't stay in a small box because it's like there is no box. It doesn't exist. And that's what I try to explain kids. I tell them that because they said, yo. Like in battles, I'll get mad and say, I did footwork, I did this, I did that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you did it, but, you know, I never say, well, it was garbage, but I can tell you that that's not your specialty. You should have stuck to your own game plan. You shouldn't try to make the judges happy because you think the judges are only footwork. That's where you go wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where you go wrong in the first place. Break how you break.
Yeah.
React the way you react. Do what you do. And I'm going to see it. If it's real, I'm going to see it. It's going to show in your eyes that you're really feeling it.
Yeah.
So no matter what style you do, if you hit it, you hit it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and, you know, I tell the kids that. I said, but learn everything, like I said, have to offer. Break and don't limit yourself.